Hey guys, Berto here with MBG, and today we're going to take a look at a cool way to customize your new PlayStation 5. Okay, so when the PlayStation 5 first came out, there was a company called PlateStation. Now this company offered a lot of cool things like custom plates, since the PlayStation 5 plates are removable. This was an awesome idea, but eventually PlayStation caught word and forced them to stop all orders of these plates. So today what we're going to do is we're going to try to create our own custom plate by using wraps. These wraps are usually used for vehicles or objects inside vehicles like dashboards and so on. Some things we'll need is a cool little kit here I got on Amazon for vehicle wraps. Also, the wrap itself was pretty cheap. I believe it was about $12. And of course, the PlayStation 5. So first things first, let's go ahead and take off our plates to our PlayStation 5. Now to remove the plates, it's pretty easy. All you really got to do is find the narrow top side, lift, and push away. So as you can tell, it was pretty easy. Let's go ahead and try the other side. Alright, and in this position we do have the drive on this top side now. So the narrow side is over here. So we'll just lift and then push away. There we can see the clips, all the little hooks that kind of hold on there. Pretty neat. Okay, so we got our easy plate down. There's no drive bay. So those of you who have the slim model, the digital edition, not slim model, it might be kind of easier for you because you won't have to deal with that. So we'll leave that there. Go ahead and get our wrap here. Now I chose this wrap. I just like the color. It's a carbon fiber, but it kind of has different hues at different angles. Of course, there's a bunch of different kinds of wraps you guys can choose from. So we'll just kind of measure out the size that seems appropriate. It does have a really strong smell to it. It's kind of like burning my nose, but hopefully that's not forever. I think it's about a good size, so we'll go ahead and just cut along those lines. Now this roll came in a 1 foot by 5 foot sheet, and I think the 1 foot is just perfect for the width of the plate itself. And 5 feet I think is plenty in case you mess up or anything happens. Now that we got that, it would be a good time to go ahead and open our package that has all our cool little tools. In here we have a nice X-Acto knife. We have these squeegees that are great for pushing that vinyl out. Another knife. This might be more useful for cutting around the edges. Now my hope is I can glide around those edges and that knife won't cut in. We'll find out though. Another cool little tool. A few more squeegees. Oh, this is a neat tool, I guess, to cut the actual roll, so that's nice. And more blades. Alright, so now that we got our vinyl cut, we'll go ahead and remove that backing. Now I've never actually used vinyl on anything, so some of you guys might have a head start on me if you have. And I'm pretty sure if this touches itself, it's going to stick together pretty hard. Alright. I'm going to line this up with my mat I have here so I can get a good idea of how straight we're going to be. And then I think what I'm going to do is kind of fold this in half. Go from the center. Kind of roll it out. Okay, covered my edges good, and then we'll start from here. Just go out. Want to make sure we get any bubbles, kind of like you would a phone screen. Oh, I like that color. Oh, and we do got some here still. We can always lift and then reapply. We got some more here. And I want to be careful not to stretch our vinyl. Probably make it look kind of bad. Apply some decent pressure here. It's all looking pretty good. I think I do have a little bump here. Looks like it's just a speck of something. There we go, maybe that cleared it up. The question is it worth possibly pulling it back to mess it up for a little bump? For me, yeah, because I want it nice and smooth, but it might not be for you, so. Now, the other question too is, do you want to take the risk of cutting out that nice PlayStation logo there? I don't know if I do. I mean, I do have more vinyl, so I can go back around with it. But I think I would like it without it, honestly. Just as fine. So now we got it all nice and smooth. I think it's time to cut it. Now for the cut, I'm just going to go ahead and just choose a side here. Take a chunk out. And then we can get a better little grip there. Oh, there we go. On this edge here, it was nice and straight. But I think my fear of not cutting the plate is making this too jagged. So what we'll do is we'll do a rough cut around, and then we'll come flip it on the back side and do it that way as well. Okay, as you guys can see, we did a little rough cut around it all. Now I'm going to flip it up on the back side and kind of get as close as I can. Hopefully I won't cut into that plastic. Okay guys, so I think after that first cut, there's a few things that I kind of learned here. Yes, this plastic is very soft. So when running that razor, it's easy to shave some of it off. I actually did on mine. But I think that's okay. All in all, I really like how it turned out. It's a nice carbon fiber look. But this was the easy one. So it's time to try the hard one and see if we can get that disc spot to actually look good. Alright, so I already got the vinyl cut for this side. What we're really going to be careful of is this lip here. Okay, so we're probably going to have to really hug this outside edge when we place it on there. And we might actually have to use a heat gun to kind of stretch the vinyl out. Okay, kind of like we did on the first one, we'll kind of fold it and kind of place it in the middle and let it roll out. What we'll do is we'll work on this side without the lip and then get this kind of all straight, and then we can go down on it. Okay, so we got this side pretty well done. Now we can start working on this side. And remember, if it sticks and there's bubbles in between, you can always rip it back up. It's a pretty nice thing about this. And one thing I didn't even realize is this actually has this lip here. So to cover that is going to be pretty interesting. I think what we'll need to do is probably cut this edge off. Oh, look at those. Cut this edge off. And then we can fold this in. But I'm not sure how that's going to affect this front panel. Maybe we need to do the front panel first. Either way, we'll give it a shot, see what we can come up with. So from what I can tell, I can't really fold this down onto that lip. So I'm going to go ahead and get a heat gun and we'll warm it up and see if we can stretch it out a bit. Okay, so I got my heat gun here. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So this should go ahead and, ooh, yeah, you can see it already. It's kind of giving that vinyl some wrinkle to it. Hopefully it'll be enough to let it bend down. Oh, I can feel it getting a lot looser too. I don't want it too hot, I don't want it to mess it up. This end here. So maybe we should work on this spot and then we'll go up. Okay, so I think this is as close as we're going to get. Let's go ahead and shave off the edges and then we'll work on that disc trace spot. I guess what we can do is cut this way at a diagonal and then fold it in maybe. We got one chance, so hey, we can just follow this little carbon fiber line. I like that. You can see there. It's a pretty sweet little edge it got, so that's a plus side. Okay, so got those parts done. Now the question is, how am I going to get in here? Do I just cut out what I can see? Do I try to stretch it? Well, let's try to stretch it and see what happens. Okay, so lesson learned. So it turns out if you are going to cut it to separate those two, you kind of have to cut towards this rounded outside closer, because there's more surface down here on the bottom. So if I would have cut it a little higher, I think I would have been able to cover that bottom piece. But now, as you can see, I got little kind of a white line that's not being covered. So now I'm really gonna risk it. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut a straight line, which is kind of difficult because it says round here. So I'm gonna try to cut a straight line from one end to the other, and then I'm just gonna peel it off. I mean, it's really the only thing I can do at the moment. Okay, so that's pretty much it. It's probably not the prettiest. The main points are here. You can see kind of that. Took a chunk out of there, trying to fix that. Over here we have a little, little wrinkle. So it's not the best. And then of course this part, which I think I could have done better if I would have done that correctly the first time. But my mistake is now your knowledge. So next time, if you are going to do this, I would heat it up a bit and just kind of cut closer to that top rim, and then you'll have enough to fold on that bottom piece. But with that done, let's go ahead and put it back on the PlayStation. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe to be part of the Bean community. And if you found this video helpful in any way, please hit that like button. We'll catch you guys next time.